Alongside our sideline reporter tonight, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, for a team that has the unbridled ambition of the Golden State Warriors, moving to San Francisco is fitting. A city whose fortunes have risen astronomically in this era of new technology. Now in Oakland, the Warriors were comfortable and successful in an arena that they had played in since the late 60s. But for a franchise that aspires to be light years ahead of the competition, moving to a billion-dollar stadium seemed obvious. Kevin?
Oakland has been a wonderful home for the Warriors, but you know San Francisco will be too. Thanks, DA. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. JaVale McGee is out there with Weber. Then it's Anthony. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Rose in at the one spot. And for Golden State, Curry and Clay, the Splash brothers, in the backcourt. Whiteside is out there with Hayes. And it's Gervin in at the small forward position. Opening day scene for some teams, it's a fresh start, and for others, it's the first step towards settling unfinished business, taking care of what they didn't do the previous season.
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. I think those teams that came very close to maybe winning the championship or being there, those are the guys that are hungry. Those are the organization. They are chomping at the bit to start the season.
Now here's Curry. 11 feet away. Hayes, great positioning on the putback.
Hard work on the offensive glass, paying off with the second chance points there for Hayes. If he's got a shot at the rebound, he's not going to let anybody else take it away.
Weber, the pass to Rose. They get it back. The feed to McGee. And it's blocked by Whiteside.
Be careful. Whiteside is the ultimate rim protector. More shots, more misses, and you can sense a certain frustration building.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Rose kicks to Weber. We play just over a minute here in the first. Here's Rose. It's blocked.
You know, some might say Hayes plays the game angry, and there was definitely something angry about his defense there. What an emphatic rejection.
Now here's Thompson. Outside Curry. Takes a three. Here's Whiteside. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Here now is Weber. Now McGee. It's Powell on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Thompson. And out of UCLA, Norman Powell, athletic 6'4" combo guard, said he modeled his game after Russell Westbrook.
And I can see why. He's gifted physically as well. A 6'11" wingspan, a 40-inch vertical leap. He's more of a two guard in my opinion, and he's off to a strong start in his young career.
And he can't hit the second.
The Golden State Warriors so great offensively. People forget about their defense. Their length and IQ make them tough to deal with, especially in the playoffs.
Here's Anthony after the made shot from Klay Thompson. Bounce pass Anthony. Shot to stop the run. And Rose with the lay-in.
Derrick Rose inside is a treat to watch because watch how high he gets off the floor.
In the last couple seasons, Golden State's defense in the regular season stepping off just a bit.
You know what I think what happens is with their elite offense, I think they started to rest a bit more on defense. Also, when you've been to the finals 5 straight years, some coasting can occur.
So it's Detroit now. The Warriors making the shot. Here's Anthony. Kicks it to McGee. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
Curry against Rose. Shoots it up. A shot by Curry. No good.
High percentage look for him. The bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Back to Weber. And Weber throws it down.
And Weber, just tremendous size in the paint, easily rising up to take that one home.
The pass to Whiteside. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Here's Hayes. Chris Weber with the rebound. Weber's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Anthony, the pass to Weber. And Weber throws it down.
Oh, Kev, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me. Passes to Whiteside. And here is Gervin. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Gervin's got his second basket.
Great patience from the young big man. The game slowing down for Whiteside. You can see that.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. They beat the Warriors during their last encounter in San Francisco.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls, and of course went on to win it.
They forced the issue and made the defense hack them to death last game. I'm sure they'll try to mirror that same attack in this one.
And the Pistons making a change here. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Molinari comes in for Anthony. Hardaway's checked in for Norman Powell. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Rose. And here is Carter Williams. After Tim Hardaway made that last three-pointer, Carter finds Carter Williams. Here's Feibel. It's Gervin on the wing. Here's Carter Williams. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Here's Weber. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Warriors have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. And that's a foul called on Gallinari. That's his first foul. Josh Hart, he's checked in for Gervin. Pass to Feibel. Now here is Carter. We've got 13 seconds left in the first quarter. 5 to shoot. Here's Carter Williams. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And that one is off. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Warriors ahead. They lead by 1. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. Notching a 50, 40, 90% season is a rare feat indeed. And Steph Curry, one of the few who have done it, talked about that challenge.
The field goal percentage as a whole is the toughest one. You're going to have some open shots.
And consistent excellence certainly is the key. Curry brings it night in and night out.
And as tough as it is to hit those marks, he just seems to make it look easy.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Weber. Then there's Gallinari. And it's Holmes in at the 4th. And 4 years at Villanova for Josh Hart. Won the title back in 2016.
He just makes winning plays. Hits perimeter shots. And the 30th pick in 2017, he has been solid.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up. Tim Hardaway picks one up. The Warriors have shot just 1 free throw early. 1 for 1 in the game. And the free throw, no good.
Well, one area that has slowed the Pistons the last decade is their player development.
Yeah, you look at their roster, very few homegrown players. The Pistons haven't had a lot of hits with their first-round picks. To be a top team, you need to have a front office that can build from within.
Here's Thibault after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. We played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. And it's Gallinari missing. Well, for Detroit, their last game, a loss to the 76ers. Carter Williams, the pass to Grant. His shot misses. Good D by Weber. Pistons trail by 4. Right side Hardaway. And a great assist by Weber as that one goes in. 6 points for Tim Hardaway.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. Casey's found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. That's what I've done." So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David. Gallinari right side. Count that one. Gallinari's got his first 2 points of the night.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Well, this term load management now is something you hear about, read about all the time, Steve. Do you think we'll ever see the regular season shortened by a few games?
You know, Commissioner Silver has talked about it, and it's been thrown around 75 games. I will say the NBA has done a fantastic job, along with the Players Association. There's longer off seasons. And there are also longer times throughout the All-Star game. There's not as many back-to-backs.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. JaVale McGee's checked in for Weber. Anthony comes in for Rashawn Holmes. Powell, he's checked in for Hardaway. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Count it, good. Rose has got his second bucket of the night.
Derrick Rose, against the defense, surprised him a little bit with that floating jump shot.
Curry kicks to Whiteside. On the wing, Thompson. Shoots over Powell, and there's Thompson. That's good on the assist by Hayes. Thompson's got his second basket of the game. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Pistons. They trail by 3. Anthony against Curry. Back to Rose. Pass to Anthony. That's tipped, and he recovers it, and the shot goes down. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Curry deciding where to go with it. The pass to Hayes. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That is his first foul of the game. And Hayes gets to Curry. Sinks the triple. Curry's got 5 points now this quarter.
Steph, maybe the best shooter we've seen from beyond the arc. Pretty.
Here's Rose. Sweet little floater.
Took him a while to get going, but here in the second quarter, he's found his rhythm.
Curry against Rose. Launches a 3. That one doesn't go. And it's Detroit the other way.
Having a shaky time from the floor, but his teammates have been picking up the slack.
From 17 feet out, they get the rebound. Gallinari passes to Powell. Good D by Thompson.
A for effort, but when there's that much resistance at the rim, better find another option.
And there are the Warriors down with another bucket.
Excellent touch from the mid-range. Klay Thompson's jump shot. It's good from anywhere.
Down low, here's Anthony. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
On its way from Curry for 2, and it falls over the rim and in. Curry's got 7.
That's a miracle. Are you kidding me?
I didn't think that shot had any chance of going in. Just shows you that anything can happen in this game.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Warriors lead by 1. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Coach, it's early in the season, so what can you say about...
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. We've reached halftime of our first regular season game. Golden State did not hesitate to set the pace. They had great chemistry early on, both offensively and defensively, stringing together an impressive 8-0 run to jump on top early. Playing comfortably, they strolled through the rest of quarter 1, leading by 12 points. In quarter number 2, it was a heated battle on both ends of the floor, and they maintained their high level of aggressiveness, ended up again with a 1-point advantage going into the half. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, one place they had the edge was on the offensive board. They converted those extra possessions into points. Nothing is more demoralizing to a defense than forcing a miss and then giving up a second attempt. The offensive glass is going to pay big dividends for them.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit? And that's a wrap for our halftime show.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Curry with a strong contribution so far in this one.
There is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Yeah, and sometimes the strategy in that case, don't let anyone else beat you. You know he's going to get his, so try and keep it to that.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far.
Well, the Pistons, one of the more successful franchises in NBA history. 3 titles and many other trips to the NBA Finals. Only a handful of franchises can say that.
Curry and Clay of the Splash Brothers in the backcourt. He's out there with Whiteside, and it's Gervin in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the group out there for Golden State. The shot by Thompson, no good. Detroit's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. And Smitty, you were talking about the Pistons, a history of success, of championships. But the last 10 years have been difficult.
Pistons have struggled the last decade. You're so right, Kevin. But this team has a track record of not staying down for long. Detroit doing what they can to return to championship contention.
And Hayes kicks to Curry. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Whiteside. McGee with the block. Weber against Thompson. Weber, the pass to Rose. Here's the floater. Rose against Gervin, and he lobs it up toward the rim, and Hayes throws it down.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Gervin against Anthony. Rose looking around. Pass to Powell. And here's Weber. Detroit needs to get off the shot. Goes up on the wing. And that one goes off.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
And here is Gervin. Pass to Whiteside. Here's Curry. Here's Hayes. McGee with the block. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Deep two from Anthony, and he drops that one in. Anthony's got the lead up to 1 now for Detroit.
He's been a big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. A smitty of recent players to enter the league. Which had rookie seasons that surprised you?
I think Donovan Mitchell, the way he came out of the gates. I knew Luka Doncic was good, but because I hadn't seen much film or seen him live, he surprised me. Trae Young, the way he's played from a small guard position, those are some of the guys that have surprised me. Some were high draft picks, and some were a little bit lower, but those are the three.
Carter, and a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. Carter's got his second bucket.
You like the extra pass. MCW using his height to see over the defense, and he finds the open man.
Here's Anthony. Again, the Pistons good for 2. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Hunter Williams dishes to Carter. Golden State moving it around. Here's Feibel, guarded by Hardaway, and that one's good. Feibel.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. 18 feet out, and the rebound goes to the Warriors. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. And Rashawn Holmes gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Durbin's checked in for the Warriors. Curry comes in for Carter Williams. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Gallinari, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. There's 1:17 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Curry. Connects on the foul line jumper. Curry's got 9.
We know this about Steph Curry. He can hit it from anywhere, outside, inside, in between. It's enough to where you have to respect him. Had 1 triple in the first half, now has his second.
Grant outside. Gervin up top, covered by Anthony. And it's Gervin missing. And Weber's got the ball here for Detroit. And it's Schroeder in the corner. And a great assist by Weber as that one goes in. Weber's got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Curry against Schroeder. It'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut to just 1 in the basket from Stephen Curry.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Anthony, the pass to Gallinari. Warriors with the rebound. Carter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Out to the right wing. Back to Curry. Takes the 3. It's not going to go for him. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. The Pistons on top, up by 1. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
Yeah. We get a stop and run. It's a big stop. Don't let us go out of this right here.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. They've got Gallinari. Derrick Rose is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And there's Rashawn Holmes. And it's Anthony in at the 3. Another shot. The shot's good from Carter. Carter's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Warriors. Curry against Schroeder. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Off target with the open look. The Warriors lead it. Thompson inside the line. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
Well within striking range. Now is when you have to lock in and hold it.
Holmes finds Anthony. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Irving plays it in. Warriors leading by 3 on the pass to Curry. From 12 feet out. And there the Warriors now with another bucket.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Well, at this point, it's undeniable that Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. You talk about guys like Ray Allen, he has passed up. That is big time.
And the Warriors making a change here. Whiteside's checked in. Detroit also making some changes. JaVale McGee's checked in for Gallinari. And Norman Powell subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, Dwayne Casey just going over the game plan with his team down the stretch. He said, if we're going to pull this out, we have to do it as a team. We have to rely on one another, trust one another, and help one another. Let's go get this. Kevin, back to you.
And the Warriors take on 2 more. And there are no metrics to deny. What Curry is doing is incredible.
And at this point, we take his jaw-dropping feats for granted. He passes the numbers test, and he certainly passes the eye test. Curry, the best at what he does.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
And it was great execution. Clutch effort all the way around. He's been of no help stretching the floor tonight. Just 1 3 in the first half. Nothing in the second.
Rose in the post. Curry meets him. Time to break that ice-cold streak.
Derrick Rose putting pressure on the defense, always looking to draw contact.
And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw, good.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
Curry against Rose. Curry can't get it to go.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
And Gervin kicks to Curry. Passes it to Whiteside. A 15-footer. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. And the Warriors lead by 6. Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Tried to get physical with him down low tonight, and it really backfired. Instead, he's just torquing them up. He was aggressive, inviting the contact, and really just taking it straight to him.
Ever he's checked in for Detroit. Steps back and fires. Here's McGee, and he converts the layup.
That's just staying in the moment, keeping with the current possession.
And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. They've only given 5 points here in the fourth quarter. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Curry with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Rose.
We know he's comfortable with shooting the 3-ball, but he's becoming very comfortable inside the paint, drawing fouls, scoring, or getting to the free throw line.
And no good on the second free throw. So he goes 0 for 2 there.
Boy, how consistently good Steph's been over the course of his career. What a teammate. What a leader. Explosiveness by Derrick Rose is one of the reasons why a lot of guys do not want to guard him.
He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
He gets them to within one possession, but that miss puts a lot of pressure on their defense.
Against Kirk. No good there. And the Pistons now rolling the other way. Weber dishes to Powell. Anthony against Irvin. From 17 feet out. Look at that. Good. And that shot brings them to within just one.
And those are exactly the kinds of plays that can spark a team. Just solid work down in the paint.
It's Samar. It falls.
Big time basket at a big time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Here's Anthony. Offline from the high post.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
And you've seen they've made numerous attempts to try to get him going. Shows how valuable he is to this offense.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Just 5 to shoot. And a deep three from Curry. It drops.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they tighten up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Foul timeout called by Detroit. They trail by 5. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
I just think they have to focus on the moment. Don't worry about the score. Worry about executing the next play.
So we see the Warriors get the win here. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks a lot. Steph, what was the key that had your offense going so well?
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.